What is going on, you dead set legends? And welcome to the Ready Bang, the number one arm wrestling show in the world. I'm your host, the Aussie Arm Wrestler. But boy, oh boy, what a guest we have here. Some say one of, if not the greatest left arm puller to ever get in there. One of, if not the greatest arm wrestling reality show. The reality star in the business, and of course, you just might have some of the greatest seamen as well because he is breeding winners with his son playing in the NFL. I'm talking about the one and only the beast, Travis Bagent. Travis, welcome back to the show.
Young man, always appreciate hearing your voice. Hate the invites because I know it's always tough to say no to you. So I love how you keep them to a minimum. So super happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Nah, love it. Hey, mate, first of all, how is your heart rate after yesterday's game?
Yeah, I tell you, there's a few things. First of all, football. Wow. How they created this to go down after 4 hours to 1 second every single game is absolutely amazing. So it's been amazing, this ride with the Bears. Assuming that is what you're addressing. In the I've been to so this is year 3. I've never missed a home game. Only missed like 3 away games, and that's if they were in weird places. And I start out with so much energy from the preseason because my son for the last couple of years has lit it up in preseason and given me the illusion that he's such a bad dude. I should never miss a game. So I try not to. I think I've missed about 5 games in 3 years. Wow. Soldier Field on Saturday night. It felt to me like, and I've seen it sold out. It's always sold out. It was like it was double the crowd, double the energy. So, very special. I realized that I didn't know playoff football, and now I know it. And maybe I even got playoff football on stem cells. You know what I'm saying? Because it was Packers Bears, and it's really weird if you're not a Packers Bears guy, meaning you don't live there. Then you really don't understand the love-hate relationship that they have. It's pretty intense.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it would just selfishly, the LA Rams are playing a game next season in my hometown. It's got to count as a regular season game. Man, I hope they play Chicago.
We'll see. If something crazy happens, that's how the NFL works. So they're in the entertainment business. So we play the Rams this weekend at Soldier Field, 5:30 p.m.
Oh,
Central Time.
Yeah, that's a good time for here in Australia. I'll be watching that one. That's for sure. So then how does that compare to arm wrestling? Because you've been at the top now in both sports. You've seen enough live NFL, and just last month you're at EVW again doing your thing on the microphone. So like, how far off realistically are we from becoming like a mainstream sport like the NFL?
I mean, listen, there's mainstream sports and then there's the NFL. So I would say there's 40 guys on every team that have the same feeling that Levon and Vitaly feel. Now, there's probably 100 guys in the building that take advantage of the team's efforts, and they feel like Todd Hutchings and Devon, and those are the weight class winners, right? Yeah. But there's 40 of those dudes that they are recognizable figures in that wherever team they're on. And that's just if they're, the kicker, the quarterback, of course, the guys who score the touchdowns. There's probably 6 involved in there that, you can't get a feeling from arm wrestling like those 6 guys have. Those 6 guys they can't come outside. They can't come out and hang out with the public. That's how powerful the brand is, at wherever they are. So, but I will tell you this, being an individual sport has its advantages too, because you don't need a big room. The world champion, the UFC world champion and the heavyweight boxing world champion and the world's strongest man, they can gather some self-worth that is it's 50 times less than the NFL, but there's 50 dudes in the NFL splitting the love. With your niche, you're by yourself. So, I wouldn't be surprised if a football player with his helmet on, 90% of the time has his helmet off and they're both walking down Times Square. I'm not sure if it's going to be Devon or, Caleb Williams that gets noticed first. Well, maybe not Caleb. Let's not say that. Let's go DJ Moore maybe, or one of these guys. So being an individual sport really has its advantages, especially with the internet, the way it's kind of cracking. So, but for me personally, it's always perception, and what other people have is always better than what you have.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my view. It's like, here I am. I'm the champ of the champ of the champ. Yet there's like 15 other things that I'm like, damn, I wonder what it'd be like to pitch in the World Series. I wonder what it would be like to win the heavyweight championship in boxing. That guy's cool as shit. So I know how many arm wrestlers and other people in other sports would probably take being the heavyweight arm wrestling champ, as that I'm the luckiest guy on earth. So I get it.
So when you're there at Soldiers Field and you're hearing the roar of the crowd and especially what happened on the weekend, does that give you any desire to be back on the table and have the crowd roar when you put your arms up in the air and everyone starts screaming Travis Bagent?
Listen, I can tell you, if I stroll down my Instagram or my Facebook and I see too much of any arm wrestler, right? Or when I hear people reference me as Tyson's dad, right? There probably 30 times a day I unretire, and 31 times a day I retire again. So yeah, I have those emotions and feelings like crazy. I just, I know probably the effort it would take, you know what I mean? And I think you got to have some sort of motivation, right? Some people 100% love arm wrestling. They love it, right? I mean, they love it. They love the practices. They love the working out. I loved winning the money, and I loved that I could use that as a fact or a way to like get a relationship with my father. So it was, and I got to learn when I was early age. So I don't think that I love arm wrestling now as much as I would need to in order to be the dude. The dude's gotta have a reckless steroid level, right? It's gotta be, and when I say reckless, you don't know, I don't know. I just want to be the champ.
Yeah.
And my buddy over here, who's not even that smart in every part of his life, is telling me what to take because he got it off the internet, and that's what Lou Ferrigno took. So I've never been, So if you just add it all up, I'm 50 years old, so I have a lot of desire. Yet I think my intelligence level, when it comes to what it would require, it always creeps up, you know what I mean? And then it's not the same anymore. And
I can't believe you're 50.
It's dangerous too. Like, it's dangerous not to be fully committed. Like,
wow, absolutely.
I tore my hamstring arm wrestling. Sergey, that's crazy. That just was all I needed to know. It's like, yo, bro, what are you doing up here? With a knife, and everyone else got a machine gun. Come on, dog.
Quick football question for you from my man Houdini Sports. Says, I need the Beasts' prediction. My Indiana Hoosiers versus Miami.
Yeah, I think that how could you not think Indiana's going to win, right? I mean, you could just throw out what they just did the last 2 weeks is it's ridiculous. So I think that if you're a smart guy, there's two things that you'll know. You must pick Indiana, and you got a 50-50 chance of winning and losing. Good luck. That's about what football is right now. But yeah, I would go with Indiana, I feel special about like Coach Signetti was at JMU. Before that, he was at IUP. IUP and Shepherd, big rivals. So whenever you have someone that either coached or played in the PSAC, the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference, if you were one of those people, that's like you have a bond of D2 commitment that it's hard to break. So because of Coach Signetti's ties to IUP, the Bagents are rooting for IUP, for Indiana.
Oh, you just cut out there a bit at the end. But yeah, I totally agree. Now, I asked this question to Robert Baxter and Devon the other day. You've been going at East versus West. You've been following arm wrestling. You've been at the top. Is there a current athlete? You don't have to name their name, but is there a current athlete that is taking their supplement training too far, where you're like, slow down, young man? Like, you're going a bit too far.
Or, I just try to be sarcastic about those things. So I say, you're almost there. Double down. Whatever. You know what I mean? I don't want to be their wife or their psychiatrist or their family doctor. I'm an arm wrestling fan. Do you need to start a GoFundMe? I will add to your supplement training if it allows you to knock off Vitaly or Levon. I'm in. As long as you're doing it, I don't have to do it. Yeah, I don't know. I think that
that's
you would really, to speak on other men in any capacity, in any sort of a negative standpoint, it's what's wrong with our world anyway. So how much of a hypocrite would I be telling anybody that knows one thing about steroids knows more than I know, right? I'm just telling you, I had a buddy and, God rest his soul, he didn't make that whole lot of good decisions in life. And I listened to that cat and I became the world champion, right? And it was simple. And now I feel like you could have a PhD in this stuff, and more power to them. I am hoping that it's safer than ever, right? So kill it. And listen,
I wouldn't have a clue.
Just take it, and then add some stem cells in there, and it'll dilute it, and it'll get you back where you need to be. But besides that, don't come to me. Don't come to me with no steroids advice. I'm going to say, you're almost there, homie. Take more. Let's go.
A little bit more. Well, there the last few years you've transitioned into the commentary booth, which a lot of people have found.
Let's be honest
awesome.
About that. Let's be honest about my commentating career. Okay. Simply put, we have no commentators 10 years ago. They don't exist, right? Now, the YouTube world has produced people that know arm wrestling. They care. They fucking watch the videos. If they wasn't in California, it's no big deal. They see Derek Smith, Tom Nelson. They watch the match. They film the match. They preview the match. They talk about the match. So now we kind of do have some commentators. You know what I mean? Yourself, Coach Ray, Ryan, Derek Smith. These are all people that have been around it. And because of the YouTube, they have caught themselves discussing it, commentating, reacting by it, being an analyst of some sort. My way of really getting into it was I would do it for myself, right? So I'm trying to save $1 at all my tournaments. So I'm the announcer. And that simply starts off with, you know, Tom Nelson and Derek Smith to the table. Well, how boring can some of those long things be? And all of a sudden, a little bit of color comes out of it. You know what I mean? And now it's like, hey, if we have a show, we're going to use Neil and Travis. And that started in, say, 1999, 2002. So every single person that has had an arm wrestling production since I became the world champion has asked me first to arm wrestle and second if I could commentate, right? Most of the time, so they could save $1. This thing that Ingen Terzi created, and I know you and him have had some rocky times. I don't know the whole gist of it. I have heard. That's all. I just saw some of your video where you're explaining stuff, and I've heard his name mentioned without me knowing much of it. I really don't care. The truth is I have that guy created what I feel is something that he is intelligent enough to know that as soon as he creates it, the haters are going to come, right? So what I saw him do was try to eliminate as many haters as possible by employing them. So I think that Ingen was smart enough to know that if he was ever going to have any competition during his climb, that it would come from the same 3 or 4 guys that it's always came from. A new money comes in town and they grab a hold of the 1, 2, 3 personalities / champions, right? Sometimes it's John Brzenkin, Todd Hutchings, and Travis Bagent. Sometimes it's Travis Bagent, Jerry Carteret, Michael Todd. Sometimes it's Travis Bagent, Devon Larratt, and Dave Chafee. It doesn't matter. It's always me, right? This was always me, right? There's no mistaking about it. I know what it's like to be the number 1 guy when it comes to a new business in arm wrestling, right? So they creep up. So I believe that Ingen did 2 things, right? He knew that it was so much easier for him to keep the prime people busy, right? So as soon as he found out that I wasn't interested in arm wrestling, immediately he gave me an opportunity to promote. I know that he may very well think that I'm good at it, but I know, I mean, motherfucker, I can see that that's not really my thing, right? I'm just trying that I have a general knowledge about it and not afraid to try to be funny, right? Because that's really what it lacks. If you really want to know, like the more serious that you get the commentator, the more I'm out. Right? Like I love it when I hear someone say something that I know they're only there because they're the champ. Right? And that's why, and I get it too. If you're running it right, I can hire you and Coach Ray and Ryan Bowen, or I can tell Hermes that I don't have a match for him, but he can come commentate, right? Because I need Hermes, right? And I have this budget, you know what I mean? So I believe that Ingen did the smartest thing Ingen did was take any potential haters. And when I say a hater, it's just someone that's not involved in East versus West. They got their own thing going on, right? So if you were important, then I believe that's one of the reasons that he was. And then after you get employed time after time after time, now you do get a little comfortable. The problem is that there is no blueprint. Right? Like I hear people listen to Neil Pickup, right? And they tell me that he is fucking horrible. Now, he's my guy. I'm like, motherfucker, every time I had an organization, and I needed someone to speak the fucking names and do that, that's who I hired. So I believe that Neil has a job because he's good at it. That's what he does, right?
Absolutely.
But truth is that there are a lot of people that do not think he's good. When I hear myself, I'm like, oh man, I don't think it's very good, right?
I can't listen to myself.
I just hear people say, and my favorite part is to get into that, like where Michael Todd is causing a problem, and then I point it out. And it's fun. I know that that's probably not what Robert and Dexter are looking for, right? Like, but I don't know what they're looking for, because when I hear the good announcers, the more bored I am by watching arm wrestling. So I believe that it's a tough gig. It's a tough gig. Running an event is a tough gig.
Oh,
who are you going to employ? What attitudes? If you don't employ someone, are they going to have a fucking crusade on their channel about how fucked up your fucking organization is? So it might have been better to just bring them, just so they fucking stand in the corner, wipe fucking Levon's balls down between matches. And in that case, you have no chance of fucking crushing me on the internet the whole time. That's a business strategy as well. I've used that in the past. Come to a town, and you always get the guy who has the big practice. You call him and say, hey, man, I need 2 refs. You know anybody? And then all of a sudden, he feels like you included him, and now he's not hating on your event.
And just quickly, are you enjoying your time in the commentary booth? You sound like you
No. I will tell you this. I'm very unsatisfied with any organization's attempt to give any sort of information to the commentators. Like, what do you want from us? I know you know what you don't want. You wait till after the fucking thing is over, and you always got some information on what we shouldn't have did. But wouldn't it be awesome to go into a commentary situation where you knew exactly what the expectations were with who you're working for? So I have so I still don't know. Like, every time I went to Istanbul and worked with Ingen, I thought easily that I could say something and I would never be back. And I understood that, right? If I had went to school to be a goddamn announcer and that was my life mission, then I would be crushed by not being good at it. But the truth is that this is like the 18th thing that I can do that for some reason people think I'm a professional at it, when I know clearly that I am not, so.
Some people can just talk. You've got it. I come from generations of talkers. Some people just have it. And Travis Bagent, you just have it.
I do. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's very hard to teach that, like, especially on your end, because there's only one Travis Bagent. We can't teach a generation of Travis Bagents, because that's just ordering shit off Temu. Like, you want the Gucci, you want the Travis Bagent. So some people can just talk.
Yeah. The reason what I do enjoy is when there's a match that I really don't know who's going to win. And I'm like, dude, I will freaking sacrifice this plane ride to actually see this match. And you know what else? It never is worth it. It's always 2 other matches I didn't even know I was going to enjoy that are the 2 matches that are good. And then the matches that you thought was going to be awesome, it's like, whatever. And I tell you, East versus West got a problem. Arm wrestling has a problem because all we want is more. So it just doesn't matter. Like, after I've seen Levon and Devon, you can't give me 2 other people no more, man. My appetite. Like, I want more. And there is not more. There just has to be, like, shuffled. You just got to shuffle the guys. You know what I mean? So I hope we're in good hands. I know that there was a time when I couldn't believe what Ingen created. I hope that Dexter and Robert give me that same feeling going forward. And it could be to where, it's like, once you bang the hottest chick in the world,
Well, I'm very lucky because I get to do that every day. That's my beautiful wife. So,
I
I'm
can't.
always wanting more.
So when you go to the market tomorrow and the cashier winks at you, it's not that big a deal.
Nope.
However, if you hadn't had a date in a while, let's go. So,
well, let's start talking about arm wrestling. Houdini Sports wants to know, David Dadakan and Aljan Morozov, the left arm drama. Do you actually think we'll be able to see it this year?
I'm not sure. Once again, I think that relationships, people underestimate them. I think everyone thinks it's about the money, right? And if there was enough money, then you could make it about the money. But the truth is, there's still not enough money. So if you used to give me $5,000 and I think I'm worth $7,000 and now you only got $4,000, there's a problem with the numbers. Here's another problem with negotiating high-level super matches. For the arm wrestler, the money may never get better after the loss.
Yeah.
Now, before, no one even knew that was the thing in arm wrestling. It's like, we'll be in Atlanta next week. 2 weeks later, we're in Texas. 2 weeks later is the World Championships. Did you qualify for them? So you had plenty of reasons to have your sister's wedding, your mom's funeral. There was so many things that could keep you from the week to week of what tournament you were going to be at. Now it's a little different where, listen, man, this is one-on-one, me and you. If I don't have the right date, this thing might not happen for 18 months. Right? Like, so,
yeah.
And if you have any inkling that you might not win, especially if you're the champ.
Yeah.
Sorry, Robert, it's not a good date. Now, how awesome is that match? It's crazy. The relationship that Ingen had with Dadakan and with Aljan, simple conversations would have took place, the match would have happened. Now you're having two people having conversations with two people that they don't even know. And they maybe got a bad reference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Might have got it. Now, I'm not saying that I would give you a bad reference if we started a company, split up, and all these fucking people were saying it was my fault, right? It could be my fault. If it is, I would lie and say bad stuff. If it wasn't my fault, I would tell the truth and say bad stuff. So I can only imagine how harder it could be to continue the relationships with people that your business partner had with them, right? And then the fact that they can cover up like the real reason they're not talking to you. It could be because of Dadakan's left hook power. Could be why Aljan is not speaking, but he can camouflage it with the politics. So once again, you want to know why the guy did what he did is because he understood that he's an arm wrestler. He understands that one-on-one personal relationship between him and that guy was going to carry some weight in the future as long as he treated it with respect, right? So when we were wondering why so-and-so wasn't arm wrestling so-and-so, it wasn't that the guy wasn't asking you about those matches. It's that it would halter the relationship if the match happened and one of them felt they were forced into the match. And then, because once you lose your credibility, there's not a lot of slots, right? Like if I have this product now, I can't even bring you back after you lose.
Yeah.
You should just get your fucking head cut off right there on national TV right after you lose.
Well, let's not go decapitating people, but
I'm out from a fat motherfucker. Listen, I don't want nobody hobbling up to the fucking table, okay? We want there to be limited matches that are the showcase matches, and then let's have a feeding ground down there for the other 10 matches. Like, show me how much you want it, right?
Yeah.
You can't lose twice and then tell me, oh, Robert hasn't called me. No shit. You should be calling Robert.
And demanding the same money.
And why wouldn't you? Why, once somebody gave you the money, you can't take less. Yeah.
So when it comes to, do you think in today's, setting up these blockbuster matches, do you think what do you think the main reason negotiations fall down out of these two factors? Do you
because
think
there are negotiations in place? There could just be the French Open pays this much money.
Oh, he's been cut off. I think someone's trying to call him. I'll get to your questions, everyone, in the chat a little bit later. We've lost you, Travis. Try upping out and come back in again. But I love Travis chatting. Oh, hang on.
Phone call and it jacks up everything while it's ringing. So I don't know how much you heard, but let's start back from the question: is what
from the French Open?
Why are there problems? Right? It's because the arm wrestling tournament is not the main focus. It's the arm wrestler. So the truth is that the Vienna, Austria Open could be happening next month, right? Instead, they call it East vs. West 26 or whatever they call it, right? But the truth is that East vs. West 26 has a standard of who's getting paid what to do what. And it's the same for the German Open and the U.S. Open in East vs. West 35, 36, 37. It can't be about the arm wrestler. Though, I always tell people the U.S. Open and Wimbledon's going to happen whether Pete Sampras played or not. Yeah. Right? So there is no negotiating. It's like, hey, the heavyweight belt will be given away in Austria. If you have done a bicep curl and hurt your shoulder, guess what? You just lost the motherfucking heavyweight title. But here's the good news. In Germany, there's a heavyweight tournament that you can then win, and then you can get your ass another shot at the title. But as long as we worry about the person, then you got to negotiate. Now you got problems, right? So tennis always stays bigger than their athletes, right? Because they don't name it the fucking Pete Sampras Open, right?
Yeah.
They name it Wimbledon. Yeah. That's up to him whether he wants to participate or not. But the money is already negotiated. So that's how,
do you think it should just be a set price and a set date? So like, for example, someone like
LeVar. And given in advance too, with advance notice. Like, don't tell me I got to be there next week, motherfucker. Come on. But it's very simple. January 1st, the schedule comes out. We understand that June, July, August, September, October, these are the dates. This is the content involved in the dates. We have the women's 143 championship left-handed. We have the 165 right-handed women's championship. We have the lightweight, middleweight championship. Those 6 matches, and we have the number 1 contender matches for both of those, right? So that's 6 matches. Now, every other match of the 14 came from the tournament, right? Because we need potential number 1 contenders in the future, right? And then it never stops. And sometimes you get your content from the tournament. Sometimes the guy wins the tournament, has no shot at the champ. That's fine too. It's okay. Shows he's the champ. But trying to get your champion to pull another guy and just this one-on-one negotiation every single time, the guy wins, he becomes more promotable to you, but he wants more money and he's not available that day. It's like, yo, my man, are you working with me or do you hate me? Like,
so set prices, set days,
set events. Yeah, make the event bigger than the person.
There you go.
It's true too, right? Like, you'll see that guys that make a lot of money in football, they care about the Lombardi Trophy at the end of their career. That means the NFL has done the right thing. They do have athletes that will renegotiate in order to perform and get to that platform. And it's a team sport, so it's different. But if I was arm wrestling, I would look into tennis and just know that there are 4 to 8 events a year that carry merit. And if you win the 4 biggest ones, or the 3 biggest ones, you win the Triple Crown. There are bonuses involved in there, right? because of how electric and what a commodity Devon is, you could also almost always have his weight class represented, one of the three. So sometimes people are like, oh man, if we don't got the big guys in there, it's not the same. I'm like, yeah, I understand, but just to let you know that I'd rather watch the 210 championship than the 5th and the 6th ranked super heavyweight go at it.
Yeah.
Now, call me spoiled rotten. Okay. I'm just letting you know that you could have it all. You could force a platform that was so amazing that the top 20 guys in the world would pay their own money in order to win a shot to get to the title.
Yeah.
That's just what you just got to make sure that it's whatever that money is, it's the money. You can't have Devon and Travis Bagent over here making $20,000 and then you giving me $1,000 and then think that if I beat one of them, I'm not going to change my number. Right? And then you got 2 or 3 guys under contract. You've told them 3 or 4 matches a year and they're at $20,000 a pop now. Well, that's why business gets weird.
Well, you spoke about the Lombardi Trophy, so I've been having a bit of fun lately with the East versus West gauntlet glove. Now, I think it's the most ugliest looking thing ever, and we just need to get rid of it. You've been there. You've held the thing.
I know a person, and I know, man, I don't want to give the wrong person credit, and I don't want to mess up, but I'm pretty sure that Ingen was given that idea by my man Benji Mack.
Okay.
And then without telling Benji, he came up with his own version that looks just like it. So now I'd love to know if that's true. Benji, if you're listening to this, please let me know if you're the guy. And if you're not the guy who actually gave me the picture of the gauntlet thing and the text that said, hey, this should be what you do. And then for him to never hear again, but the thing appear, was a great story. So if you're that person, just let me know too, because I'll make sure you get the credit if it's not Benji Mack.
Yeah, I'm not against the
you don't like what was chosen to represent what it represents.
And it just looks for me, it's the look.
Yeah, it's something, right? That some superhero has this.
Thanos.
Who is it?
Thanos.
Yeah, so that's where it came from. I mean, it was not uniquely thought about. I don't think. But the funny thing is that if Ingen got the information, used it, and didn't say thank you to the guy, that's weird. Come on, bro.
Well, Benji says he showed the graphics guy, Ingen's graphics guy to Thanos. And then,
so it was Benji.
There you go. Well, the gloves, left arm and right arm.
Hey, Benji, your man's got a problem with the fucking thing. Tell us what's the problem with the glove. Tell us the problem with the glove.
It's ugly. I think I'll say to anyone. I told Robert Baxter to get rid of it. I've been an advocate for throwing that shit in the bin.
Do you have a substitute as well, or just get rid of it?
I think just get rid of it. Like, they're being crowned with the championship belt, the super heavyweight. I don't think you need anything else.
Well, I mean, Devon's going to prove that he could. I mean, what if you have a couple belts? I mean, the belts are cool, but I mean, who's the best? The very best. Like, we could easily in the future, we could easily have a super heavyweight champion that's not the best in the world, because Devon is showing that he may be the number 2 contender now, or at least 3, right? So I don't have a problem. I mean, listen, I don't have a problem with us getting rid of it, but we have to have something that represents the main guy left-handed and the main guy right-handed. And I don't think, after watching Dodicon, you don't think he might be the left-handed champion? And then you mentioned Morozov, or not Morozov, but Alajon. How could anybody bet against him, which I just did by saying Dodicon? Like, that's crazy. So I think that I like it. I just like that there is one guy left and one guy right-handed. Could be the same guy. We'll see if Vitaly ever has them both. I think he's the guy that could. But if he does, there has to be something. So what are you going to give him? Are you going to give him a necklace? You got to give him something.
Oh, I'm giving him the heavyweight championship and a fat stack of cash.
I got you. I got you. Like,
no, look, I'm not even against. I think people are misconstruing. I'm not even against the glove or a representation of something like you're saying, a necklace, a crown, a hammer, a shield, a helmet, or whatever. I'm just like, something's ugly, fix it.
I like it. Hey, I got no problem. I got no problem with keeping it or replacing it. Because the thing is, I don't think I'm ever going to have it. So I think it's all good.
Double down, more.
Back in the day, I could have told you I got 7 of them over here. They're fucking horrible. Everyone says they're ugly, but they didn't have that thing when I was the man.
No. Well, who will be the man in February and who will be the man in April with Devon and Vitaly? Starting with the left arm, that's your expertise.
Yeah, I believe that Devon is 100% the underdog whenever he pulls the very best in the world, either hand. The crazy part is how unbelievable his brand has gotten, and that you cannot deny the fact that he can go down and is probably the 153-pound champion today. Definitely right-handed. He's the 153. Left-handed, I would say he's the 153 and the 253 and the 231 champ, both hands. He may open up. You can have Dadakan or what's our guy? We just was talking about him. Alijan or Dadakan. They have an argument to that 253-pound left-handed thing. But I think it's 50-50 with Devon in there. So when you think about the fact that this guy is in the money for 3 of them, maybe 4, and also the number 3 contender each hand, is pretty damn ridiculous. So you got to give him the respect for that. But you also, too, have to understand that he still is the underdog. Doesn't mean he can't win. Just means he's the underdog against Levon and Vitaly right now.
Well, who wins? Who wins the left arm match in February?
Well, I mean, would you want me to tell you the underdog's going to win somehow? No. The fucking favorite's going to win. Vitaly's going to win left-handed. Right-handed, Vitaly is the favorite. Right-handed, tough, man. But left-handed, I'm going with Vitaly. Right-handed, I'm going to go with Vitaly, but I do know it's 50-50. And listen, I will always, if it's anywhere near a chance that Devon could lose, I'm hoping for it, wishing for it. Right? There's not a brand that has attacked me personally more than the Devon Larratt brand to my success, right? Like I'm the man, right? On and off always. And because of the internet and because the old Father Tom, that has been invaded by Schoolboy and by Devon Larratt. So those two, I don't fuck with them when it comes to wishing harm on their arm wrestling careers. So there is that level of jealousy and hatred is there present at all times, right? So, yeah. And there's a lot of jealousy there. If you're talking about a fellow North American going against him, against the Ayatollah, you know what I mean? That just goes to show you that there's a lot of insecurities in this man you're talking to right here, guys. It's all good.
You gotta love it. You only get the honest truth from Travis Bagent. Guys, we've got about 5 minutes left, so I'm going to throw it over to you guys in the community. If you have some questions for the man, Travis Bagent, and then we can wrap it up because he's given us already 45 minutes of his time.
Did you get back your channel? Or did you have to make
we're still up.
No, I'm just saying, I remember you had some problems, right?
Yeah.
So you did. Yeah. It wasn't that big a deal. You got it back, continued on.
Yeah.
Okay, because I saw a video. You were like, the sons of bitches took everything. I'm building it back. But you didn't have to do that. That's good.
No.
Good.
So it was very.
Hey, I'll tell you a funny thing, but let's get on this for a second.
Yeah.
How disrespectful was Robert Baxter to Ryan Bowen?
by what?
By
What
talking
did he
about
say?
the fact that Bogdan would just kill Ryan now because Ryan beat him in the past. I think that I don't know if that was a business strategy on Robert's point. I don't know if I'm giving him too much credit, but I think now that we do need to see Ryan Bowen and Bogdan.
Oh mate, I'll take any match if it makes sense. And I don't know if it's disrespecting. Like we all have a
Ooh,
hang on.
He said it wouldn't even be close.
But if you're watching a football game and you're like, you know, the Chiefs are absolutely going to destroy the Patriots, no chance the Patriots win. I don't know if that's
very normal. It's very normal. But if
Well,
if Roger Goodell says it, it's different. That's all I'm telling you. It's like the fucking boss just said that about, like, come on, man, that carries some weight. If I'm Ryan Bowen, I think Ryan was politically correct, and I got a feeling that Robert would he'd be okay with the Jim McMahon little version here where it'd be okay to say, well, fuck you then, Robert. I bet I could beat your ass and Bogdan's ass. And then Vince McMahon would have a match with the motherfucker and let him get hit by a chair. So if I'm Robert, I'm playing into this, and I'm making sure that, because he's in the entertainment business, make no mistake about it. That's entertainment to me is, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Oh, absolutely. We don't have enough backstory, hype, and everything. It's just like,
the thing is, we need the individual to want to do it. So that comment right there we go. Yeah. I mean, Ryan Bowen, that's what, 30 fucking videos about to come out just saying, fuck that. So that's smart. So hopefully it was not, because, you know, it is really not good to hear if you're the person that's getting told they have no chance, right? But it even stings harder from the boss. Like, come on, dog.
So do you feel that the boss should never make predictions and things like that?
Well, I mean, all I know is that the boss, if I had Ryan Bowen and Artem Taranenko and Benji Mack and I had you, I would be careful having you guys hate me. I would embrace you guys. Like, listen, you can't even be on our staff if you don't have a camera and a YouTube channel. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Why do we have 40 people over there on staff that have they seem upset about being here. Yet we have 40 other people over here that are just using their own time and effort to get as much information as they can about an event that you hired those guys for. Yeah. It makes no sense to me, right? I always had the people. If I had the money, you had to be an influencer to be involved. That's why the weirdo camera guy thing even got created. It's because, we want those are the people with the camera, right? Let's go. So I'm usually, I just feel like it took me, I'm almost 50 years old. It took me to 45 years old to really understand every small piece of the puzzle if you were going to put something like this together and where the pitfalls would be. Yet, still, I'm watching the same mistakes being made time after time. Now, do they have an amazing product? Can they build themselves out of it? Of course they can. Hopefully, I've always said this. The guy who owns the arm wrestling thing is smarter than me. Yeah. I just ain't seen it yet, but I'm waiting because I'm like, yo, dog, you telling me that you actually have a budget and you went at it that way? Like, I used to go at it similar to that way, but that was because there was no budget. So that was the only way to get it done. So I'm close, though. If Tyson, once he gets in the game, we are so close to having what I think would be what arm wrestling really needs, or how you could infiltrate it, right? Yeah. One weekend, everybody's involved, from the $1 million giveaway to the guy who wins the weight class, the one weight class, to the 1,000 people that get knocked out day one, having their day 1, day 2 tournament, right? The day 2 tournament, and then the day 3 tournament, and then the finals, day 3 at night, and having seminars and referee clinics and apparel expo, but just millions of things that you could get involved in as you got eliminated from the bracket. And it, you know, there's, before you know it, there's 1,700 people signed up for the tournament. Round 1 happens on Thursday, and then by Friday at lunchtime, we're down to 120 people. And now we've got 1,500 people just ravaging all of the Summit's things that they can get involved in, whether it's becoming a referee, becoming an announcer, understanding the voiceover work, what it looks like, and then having the YouTube equipment all there for you to start your own podcast, right? These are the buttons. This is the starter kit. Boom, boom. Just right down the line of and everybody being involved. And then, of course, as the best guys in the world get eliminated, their seminar is the next morning at 9 a.m. with John Brzenk or Todd Hutchings. One of them is going to lose tomorrow because they weigh the exact same and they're in the bracket together. So that's my dream. I've got about 20 sponsors lined up. I think I need 60 sponsors. And that way you can lose one and not know it. Nothing's worse than having a sponsor that gives you enough money to do something you cannot do again if they pull out, right? So these 60 guys could fluctuate to 55 or 65 any day and me not bat an eye and be able to move and then have all of them invested in 1 weekend a year. So that, because, you know, it's easy. You know, you're like, man, we'll have super heavyweights, middleweight, lightweight, girls, guys, masters, one-arm motherfuckers, retards, every fucking category known to man, right? And listen, I know that, but listen, you're spreading yourself too thin when you start having, oh, we'll do it once a month in a different city. And then all of a sudden you just got too much. But I believe that I could put together a weekend that could crown someone. And if we gave somebody $1 million for winning the tournament.
Oh, yeah. Then it's happening. All right, here we go. Some quick fire questions for Travis Bagent before we wrap up this incredible show. Here we go, Travis. Is there any chance of you returning to compete?
100%. I told you I unretired twice during this show.
How's Travis feeling about the Rams game?
I'm super excited about those California boys having to come down here in this 2-degree weather, wind howling everywhere. So I am just, I haven't seen one game this year where I really thought that I can't believe how close these games are. So I feel that, you know, it'll be another close game and hey, I'll do a coin toss with anybody. You know what I mean? So super excited. And still, like, Tyson getting in the game, winning the Super Bowl, winning the MVP is all on the table. So you have to know that that's why I'm going to the games. I'm going to the games awaiting for the opportunity to where Tyson's the most famous person in America.
Oh, and someone's quickly calling him. I got to scroll down. Let me just... you're back again. And you're going to the game?
I'm going to every game. Yes, sir. I'm going to the game.
No, there we go. Brad Grundy's in there saying high-level tournaments making a comeback would be amazing. Will you be coming to any events soon, Aussie? Short answer, no. I'm always involved in Tim Talmadge as events, but Travis summed it up perfectly when it's spreading thin. And whilst popularity is growing, spending money isn't, because everyone doesn't want to do the once-a-year event. They want to do the monthly event and relying on pay-per-views. Living in Australia.
And they should do that too. Like, if that's your business model, but I don't have that smoke in me anymore.
Yeah.
I don't got enough energy.
And just recently, Travis was talking about sponsors. A sponsor had recently pulled out So what do? I'm always first cab off the rank. We got this guy from Australia. That's lots of money. Then we got to pay him. That's lots of money. And he's not competing. So, okay, well, let's go with our B option, and they'll probably jump in the tournament. So that's, the difference being. So short term, no, Brad. But if you're a fan of many other sports, I'm commentating just about every weekend. But hopefully you get your match with Ryan Bowen. Just quickly, Travis, Ryan Bowen, Brad Grundy. That happens tomorrow. Who wins?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Brad Grundy's huge, man. He's like 700 pounds, and he's always arm wrestling guys that are like 100 pounds. I don't understand it. So he can't even make weight. Every time that Brad Grundy's in the game, he misses weight. Yeah, so... Yeah, I do appreciate him trying to jump in on that Bogdan thing and do the red hit thing, but yeah, we're good, Grundy. You had your chance. You decided you wanted to be a doctor, so now you're back in the back of the line. Hold tight. We're going Bogdan and Bowen.
So Bogdan Bowen first. You don't think Bowen and Brad and the winner takes on Bogdan?
No. Brad's got to pull with guys his size, like, Levon.
Surely,
I'm just kidding. I'm totally cool with the Red Hits having a match. That'll be fun too. Wow. But I'd rather go with the Vince McMahon story of disrespecting the underdog and the underdog beating Bogdan, which I think Ryan Bowen could, because I think that Paul Lynn was really close, and Bogdan just had a few more great timing attacks. And he's smart, you know what I mean? But I think that, beating Paul, who is just trying to catch your hook, as opposed to beating Ryan, who's going to go underneath the table if it need be and really put you in deep water. I like Bowen. So
and you said the magic word.
And it'd be me and Robert right before Bogdan and Bowen.
And the final question, we'll give it to DJ as we wrap up. Travis, have you had talks with Robert about taking over King of the Table and building it up as the
resume? He has my resume and an application, and I have told him more than once, my guy, could you please relinquish all the information and let me tell you exactly how we can transform this thing into such a juggernaut. And if you're listening now, Robert, I will take the job.
Well, there it is. You have heard it from the one and only, the beast, Travis Bagent.
Not just Robert. If somebody wants to compete with Robert and they have a lot of money, I'll work for you too.
There's nothing wrong with that if you go.
Nothing wrong with it at all. So yeah, stay tuned. I believe that the Bagent Arm Wrestling Summit will take place in the next 3 years, and it's going to grow into by far the biggest event of the year. And it may only be lucky, like the World Series of Poker. It may be lucky to win it more than skill.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
Absolutely. Have you spoken to Steve Kaplan lately?
I spoke to him yesterday. He's a big Bears guy. I don't know if you know that. Lives in Chicago. Big time Bears guy. He's got 4 of the best tickets in Soldier Field. So what do? Kiss his ass every chance I get. That's what I do.
There you go. Everyone, can we please thank the man, Travis, for coming on the show. Travis, I always appreciate your time, and thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're the man, dude. Let me know if you need me.
All right.